I want to know where Paul is when you need him because I don't get it right none of the time. I just don't understand. Hey
Mm.
guys, welcome to It's On. I'm your girl, Big Ski is Faith. I got the homie Wendy with me tonight. We are discussing Bel Air, and I've been waiting, patiently waiting to discuss this. We're gonna break this up into a two-part episode because we're gonna be here all night otherwise. So here we go. Will Smith and Westbrook Studios, this young man did a reimagining of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. And he titled it Bel Air, and it was a dramatization of um, the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, which was a little different. Somebody, I won't name names, was like, I don't know about that, but they just need to leave things alone. I wonder who that person was.
You know what? I'm gonna save it.
But um I like to give shows a chance, especially when this guy who took $10,000. I don't know how he got the $10,000, but he took $10,000. He shot this reimagining, and Will Smith was impressed. He got Will Smith's attention. Okay, was impressed. Was able to get Will and Westbrook Studios to come together and present this to NBC, and got 2 seasons on Peacock. So I'm always gonna give the people their flowers when they are here. Um, I forget the young man's name. It's gonna come to me in a minute. Um, but of course, the original young man that did the reimagining, they didn't choose him. Um, and I don't think they chose any of the people that were in the reimagining of it. But it was really really good, and so good enough for people to say, hey, let's do it. So here we
Mhm.
are. We got Bel Air. What I don't like is that I'm spoiled because of Netflix, and I blame Netflix wholeheartedly for this. I be wanting the next episode to come out. So what they did though, if you have the paid subscription to Peacock, the first 4 episodes you could watch when it premiered. So I'm thinking, hold on, there's 4 episodes on here. I'm about to watch this in one night because I didn't go to sleep that night. I was up watching Bel Air. Very, very
Mhm.
good. Um, so hats off to you guys. I cannot wait till the second season. I need y'all to come on with that. I know people gotta, take a break, do other things with their lives. I need them to come on with another season because I'm ready. I just want to put that out there and let y'all know. So let's kick it off. We're gonna kick it off with episode 1, Dreams and Nightmares. So we're gonna talk about that. Now I couldn't put all the pictures on here, but you kick it off with Will, talented basketball player. I did not think Will, they didn't really in Fresh Prince of Bel Air, he didn't really exhibit those basketball talents until later on in the series. But they
Right.
right off with this young man, straight A student, excellent basketball player, on his way to college, single mom's a nurse at the hospital. She works overnight. So basically, he's adult enough to kind of raise himself and stay at home by himself. And he has a homie named Trey. Ice Trey, that is. And he and Trey, um, they're hanging out, and they go play basketball at nights where the drug dealers and the gang members are.
Mhm.
And in order to save his friend, a ball hit one of the drug dealers. Neither one of them threw the ball. Somebody else threw the ball, but he thought it was Trey. It
Mhm.
wasn't Trey, but all of the people in the crew was gonna jump on Trey and was getting ready to stomp a mud in the poor baby's behind. And Will knew, I guess, that Trey had a gun. I don't know whose gun it was. He went in the bag, took the gun, shot it in the air so they can go bye bye. And the police came, and of course, Trey got away. Will got arrested. And he's in jail with the drug dealer because they caught the drug dealer. Drug dealer, like, oh, bro, you about to get killed. Okay. His mother knew what was going on. Thank God for the parents who knows what they know. And as soon as she get the baby bailed out of jail, she had telling it to the airport. They didn't pass. They didn't go home. They didn't pass go. They just went on to the airport. You know where we going? This ain't the way home, baby. You gonna die. It's time for us going on over to this airport. So they go to the airport. She puts him on the plane. Guess where he's on his way to? Uncle Phil and Aunt Phil's house.
Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv's house.
I got in one little fight. My mom got scared and said, "You moving
Said you
with
moving
your
with your auntie and uncle in
Uncle in
Bel
Bel
Air.
Air." Oh Lord. Um. He gets out to Bel Air. And it's first of all, he first person he meets from the airport, weirdly, was Jazz. I guess Jazz does the Ubering in the classic car. I don't know. But I really love this version of Jazz. Um, Little known fact. Do you know DJ Jazzy Jeff did not want to play jazz on the Fresh Prince of Bel Air?
What?
So let me tell you how this goes and do this as quick as possible. Um, Jazz and Will, of course, they were a duo. The DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. And the music wasn't doing so hot. He was really wanting, Will to get back to music. Will was like, "No, dog, we're doing this over here because we owe both." A lot of people think that Will, because Will has told this story, the way he got the audition, he auditioned for Fresh Prince of Bel Air in Quincy Jones's living room, okay, for Benny Medina and Quincy Jones in front of a whole bunch of people, okay. Um, and at the time he was broke because he did not pay his taxes. Jazz had the same tax problems, right? So Will moved out to LA, took on this job, did his thing, became, Fresh Prince of Bel Air, that sort of thing. And he worked it out to where Jazz could get the role on the show. Because again, Jazz got the same tax problems as Will. Okay. You got a tax bill too. So when that happened, um, he parlayed it. Jazz was like, "I ain't finna do that. I ain't doing that Hollywood stuff." At the time, rappers thought Hollywood was soft. They really, really thought that. I was like, wow. If they weren't making like a hip hop film, they didn't want to do it. Um, so with that being said, he eventually convinced them to bring Jazz on. Jazz was only supposed to come on for like a couple of episodes, but it was a great reception, and he ended up having a permanent recurring role. So, with that being said, since he ended up with the permanent recurring role, um, very glad he did that because that brought me my duo that I missed listening to the rap and what have you. What are you looking for? Oh, what you need a mask for? To go to the store. I'm sorry. Um. So yeah. So that's how that came about. But a lot of people didn't realize that. But I do like this version of Jazz. Uh. And in this version, him and Heels kind of like each other. We're gonna get to that. But he meets Jazz in this classic car. Um. And he gives him a ride to Bel Air. Well, they have no clue how rich Uncle Phil is. Like he doesn't know. They haven't seen them in many, many years. There's a rift between, huh? I can't hear you.
Was it like 10 years?
Right. There's a rift between the sisters, Aunt Bi and Aunt Viv. There's a rift between them. And we really haven't gotten down to the full bottom of it. They kind of alluded to some things towards the end. But for the most part, um, they have a they butt heads a lot, and we're gonna get to that as we continue to talk. But he ends up in Bel Air. Uncle Phil is a high power attorney, defense attorney, and they have made it. Okay, that mansion, hallelujah, that their mansion. I was
Mm-hmm.
in love with that house. Everybody's room is the size of a football field. That's how you live. Okay. However, Uncle Phil is getting some pushback because he's trying to run for DA. He's trying to run for DA, trying to make a little bit of a difference. But a lot of people think that he is not, he's so out of touch or very out of touch because he has all this money. So you see, kind of see that when Will first gets there, Hillary kind of gets him dressed because they got a little party that's going on at the mansion for Uncle Phil, with them having this party for Uncle Phil. It's very hoity-toity. All the you got people who are donors there, people who are of the upper echelon. Will is
Mm-hmm.
standing out like a sore thumb. He's trying to, hey, cuz, what's up? What's up,
Mm-hmm.
Will? What's up, Hill? What's up, Ashley? What's up, Carlton? Of course, Carlton is going to be, oh gosh, cocaine Carlton. That's all I have to say. Um, Carlton is going to be a butthole throughout this whole series until we get towards the end and he sees the light, I guess. I don't know. Um, so um Will, of course, Will and Carlton are button heads. And of course, if y'all remember on the sitcom, it was comical, but Will and Carlton butted heads all the time, especially on that first season. Carlton was a complete butt wipe
Mm-hmm.
to Will. I don't know if people remember that. A lot of people, why is Carlton acting like that? I don't like Carlton. Carlton was like that on the
Mm-hmm.
sitcom.
He surely
Just,
was.
it just wasn't no crack cocaine. That's all.
It wasn't that. It wasn't that serious back then. I
But let
mean,
me
the
tell you
pressure and
something.
all that kind of stuff that he was going under, he put himself under the
Right,
anxiety.
right.
It wasn't what it was.
It was not what it was. It was a bit different. Um, so we see the dynamic, and you kind of see the button of the heads between Will and Carlton. We meet Lisa at the. Did he meet her at school? Did he meet her at the party? I can't remember where he met Lisa at.
He
Um,
met her at the party. No,
the
no, no, no,
first
no, 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 no. I'm thinking he met her. He met her at the party at the
at the
that
white
they
boy's
had.
house,
No, 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 that they had at Uncle Phil's.
cause her dad is the chief of police, and he was there.
Right.
Okay, got you. So chief of police is there. Um, with his daughter, and that's when she meets Will. And of course,
Mm-hmm.
they're introduced. Carlton already got the haterade. His hater beams are on. Already, he is ready to come for Will. I don't know why. He's like, I don't know why you here, but I know something up because why are you here? That's his whole thing. Because why are you here?
Mm-hmm.
But he really doesn't like the fact that he dated Lisa. It didn't work out because Lisa knows that he's a crackhead, and and that he needs to get himself together. And that's not for her. She doesn't have time to do the things that Carlton needs to be done. Carlton also has douchebags for friends, especially the one little white boy. We'll get on him in a minute. But there's a party at the white boy's house, as a matter of fact. Um, and Carlton pushes Will in the pool because he sees Will and Lisa kissing. And poor Will almost drowned. And if it wasn't for Lisa and her super swimming abilities, baby boy would have drowned. Because he don't know how to swim. So
Right.
so there's that. So Carlton was willing to kill his cousin over a girl. Let's just start. We'll start there. Okay.
Well, he
Um,
didn't really want Will to be there in the first place.
no, 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 definitely not. Quite concerned with. Let's talk about this. And I'm gonna have to share this picture because let me say this. There is a man on this show that I promise, if I was ever in close vicinity
Oh,
of
you talking
him,
about Jeffrey, girl? Oh,
baby, he
girl,
can get it.
Jeffrey.
I don't even
He
think
can
y'all
get it.
understand.
He can get it.
He
No, he can get.
can
He can get
get
it. He can get it.
okay.
He
He
can
get it.
get it.
He
He
sure
can
can.
get it.
He can
Yes, he
show.
can.
He can
Man,
show, baby.
man.
When I say that man fine,
Fine ain't the word. I don't know. There's no word to describe what Jeffrey is, the guy that plays Jeffrey.
that man
There's
fine.
no words.
Let's talk about this real quick because I just need y'all to see this
And
beautiful
then
type
I
of
like
man.
it how they didn't make him a butler. He is the house manager, and he's like the male version of Olivia Pope. Okay.
Yes,
Oh, the
but
chocolate drop. Yes,
I
yes,
just his
yes.
name is in real life. His name is Jimmy Akimbola. Yeah,
Oh,
that
Jimmy Akabola.
man right there fine.
Look,
He
look, Wendy
fine. He
Akabola.
fine. He
Did you hear
fine.
me?
I want
Did
to
you
say
hear me?
Wakanda forever. I heard
Did
you.
you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Wendy
I heard
Akabola.
you.
Oh my
Listen, you
God.
can Akimbola me any day. Do you understand
Man,
me?
he
Girl,
is
that
the
man fine.
fine ain't the word. There's no word to describe what he looks like. I'm like, goodness gracious, good googly moo, you know. Oh, woo God.
But I saw that man. I said, wait a minute. What what where you come from? This ain't old school Jeffrey. This is like tasty treats Jeffrey. Okay.
Mhm.
Whoo! Oh my
Okay.
God. Okay, I'm sorry. I just y'all don't understand. And it's fine. You ain't got to understand. But I'm gonna make you understand and see. Jeffrey fine. I do like that he is not a butler like the old Jeffrey was. But of course, you also have to think about the 90s. You have house managers now. And basically that man is he is the he is a fixer. That's what
He is.
Olivia Pope was. He's a fixer. He fixes the problems of the people. And he's always one step ahead of everybody. He's ahead of the ahead person in the situation. He's on point at all times, and I dig it. And I'm really about that life. And I'm just saying, Jeffrey, if you out there and you listening, baby, I promise to God. Whew, okay, I'm sorry. Let me get back to it. Um, so Will's calling Trey, blowing him up, blowing him up, blowing him up. Was it episode one or episode two? He found out Trey got shot.
I'm thinking it was the second episode.
Okay, so we're gonna go on over there because we got the introductions out the way. Um,
Did we talk
so
about how Hillary, her mama wanted her to, or was that in episode two? Her mama set her up with the magazine about Hillary's cooking.
it may have been episode one. We can talk about that. So Hillary
Um,
is different.
mhm,
Hillary,
mhm.
Hillary
She's not the bratty spoiled child that you see in the 90s version. She's totally
of
different.
Karen
And
Parsons. Yeah, right.
I love it. And I love it. I
I
love
do.
it.
I'm here for it. Let me say this too, because y'all are really weird. So let's be 100% clear. Everybody on this show, they're actors. They are portraying characters, but they're not portraying the exact characters on the other show. This is a different version of or variation of Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Karen Parsons is a beautiful woman. Love her. She's not ditzy in real life. She's very
Mm-mm.
intelligent. However, um, I've heard I've gotten some hate. Coco Jones is the young lady who plays Hillary. She's amazing. She has an amazing voice in
Mhm.
real life, and she's an amazing actress. I did not know that she did the Disney thing. She's a Disney kid. Had no clue about that, but she is amazing. And I feel like I know why some of y'all be like, she not Hillary enough for me. It's
Because of
because
her
of the
skin,
tone.
her skin color.
It's because of the tone of her skin. She's a very beautiful woman.
I'm gonna tell you, but who seemed outplaced to me because of her skin tone was Ashley.
Yeah, I feel like they should have done it differently. Um, but both of her parents, she's about the same skin tone, maybe is she's the same skin tone as the original Ashley. Um,
Right, right. However, Hillary was light skinned, and Dr. Phil, he wasn't as dark skinned back then. He was kind of between light to mid tone.
right, Uncle Phil was light to mid tone. Aunt Viv was dark skinned. Then when they switched it up, she was light skinned. I was like,
Hmm.
oh, okay, y'all done adopted all these kids. Um, because make this make sense. Um, but yeah, I love it that Uncle Phil is also nice and chocolatey. I dig it. I
Oh,
dig it a lot.
and then a nice bald, and they kept the baldness, but
Mm-hmm.
in a sexy way.
Mm-hmm. So I did that. So this white boy right here,
Girl.
he get on my nerves. I don't like him. If I saw him in the streets in real life, and I know he's an actor, I just talked about people and their negative behaviors, but him and Carlton, was on site for Carlton. I just need y'all to understand. He had some redeeming qualities towards the end of this season. But
Hmm.
the white boy, I promise to God, little white boy, if I see you on the street, 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock,
Hmm.
meet me outside at 3 o'clock. He probably
Meet
grown.
me outside. Meet me outside.
He probably grown as I don't know what. Um, I really
Let
dig
me delete these.
the father role that Uncle Phil is trying to play. Coco Jones, we were getting ready to talk about Hillary.
Hmm.
Hillary is trying to pave her own path in a different way. Right now, influencers are who they are really making waves now. They're making more
Hmm.
money than doctors, lawyers, everybody put together. And it's, if they get the followers and they get the brand deals, they are making money, 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 money. Some people, it takes a while to build a brand. Like for instance, Kevin on stage, I've seen him grow over the years. Shout out to him, by the way. And Kev on Stage Studios. I love that little app. That's my black Netflix. I don't think nobody understands. If y'all want to see the colored Netflix, y'all better get on Kev on Stage Studios app. It's like $5 a month. Uh, he ain't going up on the rates like the Netflix. I just want y'all to know. Um, so really quickly though, you see the growth and the progression. Then you see people who seem like overnight they get brand deals and they do it. The little boy that opens up the toys, that baby is
Hmm.
a multi-millionaire, and I'm like, oh my god, Ryan, how Sway, how people watch him open toys and review toys, and he started doing it when he was like 6 or 7 years old, and it's been the thing, and he got a whole toy line and bedding and everything. So people they're building brands. So that's what Hillary wants to do. She went to school. She didn't really want to do that. She can cook her behind off. Excellent chef. Um, but parent that's not what her parents saw for her, which I don't understand because your mama is a painter
Hmm.
and she stopped living her dream. And I think a lot of that headbutting.
It's because she gave up on her dream to raise a family.
Yep.
So that's what I think it is. She's trying to hint. I think she's kind of in a way envious. I'm not gonna say jealous, because
We're gonna
jealous
say
is
envious.
kind,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say envious because
Right.
it's like in a loving type of way. I can be
Yeah.
envy of somebody
Yeah.
instead of being jealous of somebody.
Yeah.
But I believe that she was envious how Hillary wanted to go for her dreams. And I
Yeah.
think Hillary was in school for law and then decided
She
to
didn't want to do
quit.
that. I don't want to follow my daddy's footsteps. Make Carlton do it. I'm just saying. Okay. With his super
So
emotional behind.
so she was hypercritical of
Right.
Hillary's choices.
Yeah.
And so she, she knows that Hillary has that art and that skill in culinary because it looked like the girl was burning in the kitchen.
She was.
And so her mother set her up um I think it was through a sorority sister, if I believe.
Right. They
Um
had connections with one of the big um culinary magazines. And they wanted Hillary to change her recipes.
mhm,
They didn't want her recipes to be so ethnic and so black.
right.
Um, and Hillary took a stand and she stood up for it. So at first, Mama was upset, and then when Hillary told the sorority sisters, the other sorority sisters that don't really like their sorority sister anyway,
Talking
what
about she done burned her bridges and you didn't burn your bridges as well. And I was like, girl, go on.
Goodbye, because you want me to conform to you people want me to dial it back or to die down who I am. And it's funny because in society, even with us, we want we want people in our culture to die, bring it back, dial it back. And
Mhm,
so because of that, people in other cultures want us to do the same. We can't stand up and stand in who we are. We have to dial it back. It's too much. Your hair is too much. Your presence is too much. Like it's ridiculous how that's a thing, but that's a thing within our own culture.
mhm,
And yeah, a lot of us are loud and we talk loud and we're boisterous and we're country and we're gonna tell a joke and we're gonna crack up and we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. But for the most part, we make people feel bad about that
mhm,
in our culture, and it's really crazy how we do it. But basically, that's what they were telling her to do is dial it back, and she wasn't gonna do it, and she took a stand and she made a post. Uh,
mhm.
on her social media, and she had a nice following on the social media page, and people were like, okay, yeah, power to the people. um
Right.
I think as well, this is the episode at the end of this episode where Will finds out that Trey has been shot. um let me hold on, let me back up, because I hate it that I didn't rewatch this before I did it. But the guys in the locker room, Will won the trial for basketball. Bel Air's basketball team sucks. They ain't good at all. Will got on the team. He got in trouble. Um, First of all, they were on campus. He was having practice for what does Carlson play? What sport Carlson play? Um,
Lacrosse.
Lacrosse. He was on campus and they're singing the N word, and Carlton's just standing there. Sir, you blacker than the ace of spades, and you letting these white folks say this N word. Like what? Explain
That's how
to me.
that's how, girl, you be amazed. And you know what? I would not be surprised if my niece hangs around with people that does that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Mm,
talk about that later.
okay. So with that being said, Ollie, or Carlton rather, his name is Ollie in real life. That man is almost 30 years old, and he is
But
playing
he
the
didn't look
teenage.
it. He
He
looked like he
sure
was a
don't.
teenager.
He like a
That's it.
teenager.
They picked a good small person to
They
play him.
did. They absolutely did. Um, so he got he's around it. Will calls him out. Hey, you gonna let these folk, say this word or whatever in front of you? And of course, there goes another ensued fight. Um,
And then in
um,
episode 2, they had him looking like, people was avoiding him because he started that, he got into the fight.
right. They were avoiding him. The only person that was really talking to him was Lisa. He went and tried out for the basketball team. That kind of turned around and changed. And I was super grateful for that. Um, Phil was trying to, have different conversations with Will, get him on track. He wanted him and Carlton, of course, to get it together and get along. It didn't seem to be something that Carlton was interested in doing. And no matter how hard it seemed like Will tried, Carlton was a bigger butthole to Will at the end. So didn't really care for that at all. Um, so of course their fights get a little bigger and a little blown out of proportion as time goes on. Um, Aunt Viv has talent, honey. Talent, 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 talent. And because she has talent, all of her friends know they want her to get back into art. Your kids damn near grown. You got a middle schooler, you got a grown person, and you got a high schooler that is his junior year. He's going to be graduating really soon. Ashley's going to be getting on up there in age and doing her thing. I feel like it's time for you to get back in the studio and do what you need to do. For whatever reason, she feels like Phil is not going to be on board with it, so she doesn't have a conversation with Phil about it. Of course, a lot of the artwork around the house is her artwork, and they trying to get her together. Um, and so because they are trying to get her together, and trying to get her back involved, they putting the bugs in her ear about certain somebody seeing what seeing her work and getting back on the horse again, if that makes sense. And so she's considering it, she's thinking about it. All the while we learn Will knows how to play the piano. And quite well, might I add. um And so, and he know how to play stuff by heart. He was taught by somebody who he didn't really have a keyboard or a piano or whatever at home to practice, but he was taught by a little old lady that used to keep him, and so that's how he learned. So he's really, really good. It's messing Carlton up how good Will is at the things. Okay, he's excelling all over the place, and it's burning Carlton up inside. Houseway, houseway. Um, I like how he was sitting down and eating lunch with Lisa, and Lisa accidentally uh put the mustard on his jacket, so he turned it inside out and made a fashion statement. I was like, oh, that was cool. I
Because
remember,
because he did that in
right.
the
I know he,
original one.
but I don't think he wasted anything on him in the original one.
He
The
just
new
he
one,
just
I
he
just
just
think he was
changed
like,
it.
you know what, this gonna look better than what this is. I'm gonna be different.
Hmm.
Um, he Carlton. They had the junior assembly, and in the junior assembly, Carlton embarrassed the heck out of Will. Um,
Hmm.
which I didn't think was cool, but he thought it was funny and hilarious and all that good crazy crap. Carlton is also the junior class president, so yeah. He runs the school. Stay out of my way, Will. Stay out of my way. That's his whole attitude. Um, they still on different pages.
Hmm.
Um, still on different pages. We'll have to see. Uh, Meanwhile, Hillary gets an invitation to a what's the word I'm looking for?
Um,
Influencer house. Um,
right.
so she's excited that she got selected. They like what she did when she turned down the other offer with the other company. They were really, really cool with it. So they wanted to get her in the influencer house. Now, they have these in real life. They have influencer houses where they all stay in the house. What I did know is that whoever the head of the influencer house is gets to keep your content. They get to control it. Whatever you shoot, they can do whatever they want to do with it. So I did know that, but they pay you big bucks for being in the house, and it opens you up to having more brand deals and that sort of thing. So a lot of people maybe were able to get a lot of the brand deals that they have because they have joined these influencer houses and had a little bit of a backing. So we're gonna learn about that in a little bit. Will and Carlton have to go out and canvass the neighborhood and get people to sign up to vote. But they have to do this, and if they do it, Carlton gets something. I can't remember what it was that Carlton got, but if Will agreed to do it, then Will's friend Trey could come out and visit from Philly.
They was trying to get registered voters or something. It had
No, I
something to
knew
do with
that, but I
voting.
don't know what
Okay.
Carlton got for working with Will, and I don't know. I knew what Will got.
Oh, he said he told Carlton that if they work together, he stay out of his way.
Okay. So that's what that was. So they're at the skating rink, or I'm sorry, they're doing this, and Will came up with an idea to invite everybody out to the skating rink that they got registered to vote for free 99. Donors paid to come to the skating rink, but they wanted the voters to be out there, and it was a very, very good idea, and it worked. They were able to get people to sign up and do their thing. And Carlton was still a little salty because Will was getting more folk signed up to vote. Eventually, they pulled it off, pulled it together, and got out there. And they had the big skating thing. Well, a lot of the community have been really, really concerned, of course, with Black Lives Matter. Um, that's a big thing. It's a big topic. We've been really dealing with it for the last probably about 4 or 5 years, actually longer than that. Um, but the spotlight has been shined on so many people that we have lost: Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Eric. I can't remember Eric's Garner. All these different people: George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor. All of these things that have come to place and it's happened at the hands of the police. Now, I'm not saying that all policemen are bad, but there has to be a checks and a balance to those people who are not doing well and doing what they are supposed to do as officers, which is serving and protecting. So, with that being said, the crowd was kind of pressuring him to talk about what he needed to do or what they need to do about the police. Well, he gave a speech about looking into it. I don't know if he said defund the police, but he was saying that he was in support of Black Lives Matter. That pissed off Lisa's daddy, who was the chief of police. And he made
Mm-hmm.
a decision that he was going to run against Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
The DA's race. So made it interesting. Some people pulled their support from him because of this. The polls weren't looking good. I think it was a successful party, a successful skating party, but nonetheless, Uncle Phil kind of lost some support behind him taking the stance that he took. Um, Trey. We're gonna cut it off after we talk about this.
Hold on.
Hillsman,
Did we talk about the Alpha brothers? The Alphas. The
Young
Alpha.
McCall, we did not. Oh my God, we skipped that. I can't remember what episode that was. Hold
It
on.
was either 3 or 4.
I think so. So Uncle Phil is an alpha, okay? And of course
So
he
that which means that the guy that plays them is a actual alpha.
actually he's not.
He's not.
He's
What?
not.
So
He's
how did
not.
they do that? I thought that you couldn't play an
He did. So
actual.
let me tell you what happened. Let's talk about this real quick, which is what they should have done with the Insecure. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He did not wear any of the colors. He did not wear any paraphernalia. He did the call, but he did not throw up any of the signs. He stepped with them, but that was it. Anybody can step. Um stepping is not something that is what's the word I'm looking for? Reserved for just sororities and fraternities.
Mm-hmm.
I can say A5, or whatever they say. Oh
Mm-hmm.
06, 1906. That's what he said. He didn't even do the A5. He did the 1906.
Mm-hmm.
That's a date. That's a year. So
Mm-hmm.
the way that they did it was tasteful. You knew he was an alpha or playing a character that was an alpha, but he wasn't. Now, I'm gonna mention this. 911, Angela Bassett in real life is a Delta. She is a member of Delta
Mm-hmm.
Sigma Theta. However, the young lady who played the young Angela Bassett was not a member of Delta Sigma Theta, but she wore the Delta Sigma Theta sweatshirt on the show. Okay. And then of course we knew the debacle with Amanda
Seals.
Seals, who plays Tiffany, who Tiffany is AKA, and so was Molly. They were
Mm-hmm.
sisters, as a matter of fact. And Tiffany had on pink and green at first, and I thought that that was fine because
But
colors are.
then she had something with their seal
Yeah,
on it,
she had
right?
the sweater. Yeah, the sweater with the Alpha Kappa Alpha seal. Now what we did not know was is that the showrunner is an AKA. She allowed her to wear her sweater
Mm-hmm.
on the yard when they were at was it not Yale, Stanford. So she
Stanford.
allowed her to do that. So my thing was y'all need to get mad at the AKA to let her wear her sweater, her paraphernalia. Um, so yeah, Yamacraw, North Carolina, South Carolina, one of them Carolinas, country boy. So the actor in real life is from England. Okay. Um, does a good job of masking. I don't know how they learn our tone, our dialect. I don't know how they do that, but they do it so well. But he is actually from England. He did not pledge. I made sure that was the thing. That was a topic at the time when the episode came out. Um, so very very grateful for that. He was able to get his alpha brothers to support him because they thought he had gotten soft. They thought he was a money bags. You know, that's what they called him. um if you saw the episode at the beginning, the first episode when he went on Big Boy's radio show, and and then man, he was talking to him, and he was like, you know, the people kept calling, why you stay in a big house? Like they was really like, you make all that money and da 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 da. Like all the people were calling, and they weren't talking about the election. They were talking about the fact that this man has money and he seemed to be out of touch with the community. So it was great that he was able to go to the Alpha Picnic and do the community service and put the boys to work. That sort of thing. I like that whole thing. This little Negro right here. Why was I mad at him, man? So listen, okay.
Mm-hmm.
He got flown out to Bel Air. He was like, "Oh, this is nice." He came, got drunk, acted a whole fool show, his whole behind. Told Carlton why Will was actually in Bel Air. Carlton used that to kind of sort of blackmail Will. This is all was going on at the influencer dinner, which Hillary invited the people in the influencer house to her home to kind of get to know her, and she cooked and that sort of thing, and they got to taste her food, and they were all cool and they were schmoozing with the people. The little boys played the prank. That's their thing. That's what they do. They play pranks. um Carlton was just like, you know, a butt wipe the whole time. Probably had snorted a line before he came downstairs. But this little thing right here got drunk off of the brown liquor. I want to know why we wasn't watching Trey. That's what I want to know. Trey and Will got into an argument. I cannot remember.
Because that Will did not want to return home.
No, why would he want to return home? Of course, his mom was mad too. But here's my thing: if I'm living a different
Oh,
life,
we didn't mention
do that.
dude
Let me
dad.
tell you about my baby, my future husband. I ain't gonna say baby dad. I'm gonna say future husband,
Girl,
Jeffrey.
look, we're gonna be sister wives.
So Jeffrey, right? Jeffrey took care of the situation, if you know what I mean, because it was the guy found out where Will was because somebody had some basketball footage in Bel Air. And so one of the lagoons in the neighborhood saw Will playing basketball, and he showed him, "Oh, I got you. I know where you at now, little nigga. I'm coming for you." So he was gonna send some people to Bel Air. I don't know how he thought he was gonna do this to get Will. However, Jeffrey said, "Listen, I'm gonna need you to handle my problem back in Philadelphia, and I'm gonna need y'all never to come back around here no more." And guess what? They handled him. Little nigga ended up dead. And so Trey was excited. Will got Trey to come out. I cannot remember whose concert they went to. It was a rapper, and I know him, but I
Because
can't.
he was whatchamacallit was a fan of his.
Right. Um, Uncle Phil had tickets. They got to go to concert, but because Will wanted to stay in Philadelphia, guess who had to mess it up? Old Trey. Send that nigga back home to his mama. They got into a big argument, a big fight. One thing led to another, and it was crazy. Of course, he was upset because we ain't boys no more. Y'all gonna be okay? Y'all, no, they ain't gonna be okay because that little nigga right there is a hater. He's a hater. Okay, in
Because I
real life.
think he kind of wished that it was him. Because I guarantee you, if the tables were turned, he
Yeah,
wasn't gonna leave either.
absolutely. He was not going anywhere. He was gonna stay there. Like, why? Why would he leave? So I'm very grateful that he was able to find out that Trey really truly wasn't his friend. Even in the situation, that wasn't even his gun. That wasn't even his. That was Trey gun. He knew Trey had a gun in his bag. He went in Trey bag and shot the gun in the air. That wasn't even his gun. You was gonna let me take the fall for a situation. You finna get jumped. I'm trying to help you, and I'm finna go to jail for you. What kind of friend is you?
Mm.
And I got a future. Okay, colleges want me to come play basketball for them. Not only that, I'm smart. I make the grade. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
like come on, man. No, you was a hater. You was a little hater.
Not a
So
hater.
meanwhile, we got some other little treats and goodies for you. Michael MF and Ely. That's all I got to say. Mr. Steal Your Girlfriend, Steal Your Wife, and everything he played just about. Michael Ealy with them green eyes.
Man, them eyes, I tell you, them eyes, them eyes, them eyes.
Unreal. We're gonna talk about it on the next episode. We're gonna wrap this up. I love everything about this show. Any highlights from the first 5 episodes that we might have missed, Wendy, that you could
Well,
think of?
you know, I would. Oh, did you was it the same? The first 5 episodes where Hillary was making some food in her lingerie, or is
We
that
ain't got there
later
yet.
on?
Yeah, that's the second
Okay.
half. We ain't got there yet. We're gonna talk about that. Oh, and we also got to talk about Ashley and her little crush. Ashley has a crush on a girl.
Mm.
Let's talk about how Ashley, real quick, how Ashley was at somebody's house and Jeffrey, Ashley went off somewhere with her one of her little friends and over their house, and Jeffrey was at that house. Come on, girl. I don't know what you thought you was doing. While Hillary, they were canvassing the neighborhood, and she was at the store with Jazz. Jazz has his own little record store. It was cute. It was cool. Hillary was helping him with his social media to get more followers, to get people into the shop. I thought that was dope. They really actually like each other, and it's not the situation that was when Jazz was trying to push up on Hillary. Hillary was like, "Oh no, dog." Uh, so I
Right.
dig that. I dig their dynamic, and I kind of dig. I dig their relationship. But Ashley likes a little girl. She has a crush on the girl, but the girl. Y'all remember when Ashley on Fresh Prince of Bel Air had a best friend who used to come over the house all the time, and she was in love with Will Carlton. Will first she had a crush on Will. I'm sorry, and then she started having a crush on Carlton, and it was just a mess. Well, this little girl, I think she has the same name as that little friend, but Ashley actually has a crush on her, and that girl actually got a crush on Will. And I'm like, but girl, you 12, so. But girl, you 12. So we're gonna kind of get into that a little bit too when we kick off the next episode. Wendy, do you have
Yes.
any show picks for the week?
Okay, hold on. But okay. I didn't know about how this the first episode of The Housewives of Atlanta was gonna be. But Marlo, she had me tripping on the floor talking about Drew French roll.
Girl, but
So
no, Sheree had me rolling when she talking about that strawberry candy wrapper and that second dress Marlo had on. You remember that? Remember?
girl, when she showed that strawberry candy wrapper, I
I
done
hollered.
fell
I
out. I
hollered.
said, I was
I
like, you know
hollered.
what?
I
I said,
hollered. I
I was
hollered from
like,
the rooftop. I said,
I
I
was
can't with
like,
these little healthers. I cannot tonight.
and I guess Marlo said, you know what? I'm gonna have to bring it. I'm gonna have to really, really
She ain't got no
bring
choice
it.
but to. Because
And
everybody was
so,
side eyeing that situation. Now,
and you know what? That's why I think Kenya went so hard on her. That hard on her. It's kind of like an initiation.
well, let's also talk
Oh
about
man.
this because I feel like Marlo done been initiated. Let's talk about
Yeah.
how I didn't like how Sanya and Sheree, because y'all had said some stuff too before y'all went over there. To
Mm-hmm.
tell Marlo what everybody else said. I thought that was a little messy.
Mm-hmm.
Sheree is always a little messy because they call her the bone collector. But I thought it was really messy how they did that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah. Um, um, I my show pick of the week. I've been watching these true crime stories. I binge watched the Real Murders of Atlanta. Really good show, guys. Really good show on Oxygen. You know, they come up with those true crime shows. Um, I really feel like I could probably kill somebody to get away with it because all these people stupid. I be like, why you do that, dummy? That didn't make sense. They saw you because you was out. What do you know? We got the DoorDash now. Why? I mean, I just, you know. Um, but I love a good true crime documentary series. I like to see the story behind the story. How did they catch the killer? What did they do wrong? How did they miss a step? We'll see. I hear the circle is on its way back this month too. By the way,
I think it's tomorrow.
is it tomorrow?
Girl, yes.
They done went and shot up the circle and came on back. Look at them.
Girl, you know I love the circle because it be tripping me out so bad. The circle
Man,
had me tripping out.
we
We
gonna
need
we
to
gonna
get.
audition for real. We are.
We're gonna audition as a duo. We're
We
gonna
are.
audition as a duo, and it's gonna be so hilarious.
Mhm.
But you know what? Even if we don't win the money, we're gonna get social climbing anyway. So hey, social, we're gonna be what? We're gonna be verified on Insta and
Mhm.
all that other stuff,
Mhm.
making some money and content. Look, we need to be on
We
the show.
need to. I ain't even playing. Baby, I saw that. I said, wow. I watched Selling Sunset too. I didn't finish it. It
Hey,
was
we're
quite
selling
interesting.
selling sunset.
It's the white version of the other one.
Okay. The one with the girl that used to be on the soap opera.
Yeah. Chriselle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't watch it, but I don't know who all watching this, but when I need to step away from my desk, I put it on that show so it can continue on,
Mm-hmm.
because it's an episode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what else has come on? Come on, come on, come on.
Um,
Okay, I watched the Batman movie, the one with the dude
we
from.
went to with Robert Pattinson.
I
We
couldn't
went to
get
the movie
into
theater.
it. I couldn't get into it.
Let's talk about how
But
the Batman.
I watched the whole thing, but I was like, huh?
He did good. I liked it. I got it the first
But then I
time.
didn't understand why they keep calling him the vigilante instead of Batman.
That's what they've always called him. He's a
I,
vigilante. They
I
weren't
thought
trying
they I thought they had called him the Batman.
no man. They probably did, but he. Let me tell you this: Batman does not have any powers.
Should I watch him again? Should I watch it again?
You can. They didn't know who it was. The only person who knew who it was the police department and Jim Gordon. Which I like how they get made Jim Gordon black. I like that. I like that. I like that.
So the dude that he played Martin Luther King was Jim Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He was a detective. He hadn't made the chief of police yet. He was just a detective. The chief of police was crooked. All of them was for the most part. Um,
So
So
did they go back in time or something?
they always start with some type of origin whenever they redo the Batman for whatever
Cause
reason.
yeah, because me and my mom we watched the first one with Jack Nicholson, and it was kind of interesting how they made Billy D. Williams Harvey Dent,
Right.
aka Two Face,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
I was thinking about that, and I was like, oh okay,
I like
but
my favorite Harvey Dent is
Tommy Lee Jones,
mm-mm, my favorite Two Face.
the one on the Dark Knight.
Yes. That man right there gave me Two Face. Do you understand me? That is my favorite Two Face. Tommy Lee Jones was like
It was theatrical, more
yeah.
theatrical than yeah. But that other dude, I like how they used him as a meme when he was in the hospital bed. They said when you check outside to see how hot it is, and it's just so hot it burns you up. Ugh.
I love it. So tonight, Patti LaBelle is on The Neighborhood, and I can't wait to watch it. She plays Cedric the Entertainer's mom. I cannot wait. So I'm gonna watch
You
that
know what? I'm
tonight.
gonna have to watch that.
I
I
love
haven't
The
watched
Neighborhood.
that.
It's so funny. I
Okay,
love Bob Hart's Albert Shoulder as well. It's hilarious.
and you know what? I'm gonna give you another props. Abbott Elementary. That
Baby,
show has me
I can't wait.
cracking
Let
up.
me tell you something. Her boyfriend's little thing where he the stripper, and he should be like, he be like, yes, I love
But
it.
that principal girl. And then what tripped me out, they had some memes of the schools in Tennessee,
Yeah.
and they made that principal UT chat. I said, why
Mhm.
you gotta do chat like that? But
Well,
then did you see what they did with TSU?
yep,
They
yep,
made it the boyfriend.
yep, yep, yep.
So yeah, I'm like, there's a lot of shows. Tomorrow we have one of the last four episodes of This Is Us, and this is going to be about Miguel. So we're going to get to know a story about Miguel.
Okay, that's
Last
cool.
week episode,
I gotta get
you
caught up.
know, oh, you haven't seen it?
I gotta get caught up. I didn't see
Okay,
the wedding,
okay,
so I gotta
okay.
get caught up. I've been in play rehearsals and stuff. I ain't been watching nothing but true crime
Well,
because it puts me to
le-
sleep sometimes. So
girl, you're gonna cry. You're gonna cry. You're gonna be glad. You're gonna see how things have come to fruition.
right, right.
But tomorrow night we see Miguel's story, and that's it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's ending,
Yeah,
but it has to end. And did you see the episode about Toby and Kate and them divorcing and
yeah. I saw that.
everything?
Yeah, we talked about
Okay.
this the last time we did this.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. And then the next episode was the actual wedding.
Well,
And
yeah.
what's the baby mama, Kevin's baby mama, twins mamas,
Oh my God,
her name?
Madison,
Whatever.
Madison.
Madison and Beth, they're trying to find out who Kevin slept with the night before the wedding. That's on one episode. They're trying to figure it out. But then last week episode, it shows you everything.
Is it Sophie?
No, but he slept with no one.
What?
But he gets back with Sophie.
Okay, I figured he was gonna get back with her. Okay.
So it's real good. It's real good. Um, what else? What else,
Blackish.
girl?
I did not catch the end of Blackish. They aired the last episode of Blackish.
I did
I
not
have.
like the. I did
I
not like it. I'm sorry. I
You
did
didn't
not
like the
like
last
it.
episode?
I didn't like the send off. I did not.
Okay. I'll look.
Okay, so
I'll
you
look at.
watch it and we can talk about it.
Okay.
Okay, so my trash TV that I'm watching is Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop
I gotta get
Edition.
caught up. Oh my God. I gotta get caught up. I watched
Girl,
the
this
first
past
two
episode,
episodes.
this is only 4 episodes, so you're not too behind.
Okay, good, good, good.
So this past episode, if K Michelle about to get on Lyrical,
Why is she getting on lyrical?
because okay, so I guess the producers and Dr. whatever his name and Judge Towler, they kind of getting sick of A1 and Lyrica always on their cell phone. Always on their cell phone. They really not participating. Lyrica's always, I'm not into it. How about we do it like this? How about we do it this way? They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So what they decided to do was take their cell phones, the producers, and say, "Hey, you get your cell phone
If you do this
when you
activity.
when you finish confessionals." But K Michelle had hers. And so Lyrica mentioned K Michelle having her cell phone. And K Michelle, her boyfriend, fiance, whomever he is. I don't know where they could get these folks from. To be honest with you, I
They've
ain't
been
even
dating for a while.
okay.
He
Okay.
actually is a dentist and he's from here.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, because when Phaedra was on there, I was like, when did she start dating this dude? I think she just did
The
that just to
radio
be
guy, no, they had started dating, but they had been dating for like a year maybe before they
Mhm.
got on Marriage Boot Camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I be thinking some of these folks, you
Now,
know,
now, Rich and Mariah Lynn, absolutely, y'all on there for TV, for real,
because
for
I
real.
said, dang it, when you on Love Hip Hop Hollywood with Moniece, I'm
Who?
like,
Mariah Lynn? Oh
Rich.
yeah, he was on there with Monique. He been there with Erica Mena. When he went
So
up, yeah.
but it was interesting. I said that's my trash TV that I'm watching. So and then last night I recorded it, but Imitation of Life came on, and I had to see it. Yes, I have to look at the TCM schedule
Right.
now to see what when is what coming on. And don't hate me, do not hate me, but I love to watch the beach movies with Annette Funicello,
I
whatever her
used
name,
to
Fettuccino,
love them, girl.
the muscle
Yes.
beach blanket bingo, muscle beach party,
Hmm.
beach party, and all that kind of stuff.
I
And
used to love them.
it came on twice last
Did
month,
it?
and I did not know it. So I
Oh
said, you know
darn.
what? They normally play it a lot during the summertime.
Right.
So I said, I am going to record this. So that's it. There's been some good TV. I got rid of the TV part of the ATTU verse, and now we're just doing direct stream. So it's kind of a transition because we don't watch TV for a while. It cuts off, and so
Okay.
I'm like,
How
but
was
other than
that?
that,
We'll talk about that. I found a new show though with Courtney B. Vance and Ingenue Ellis. It's called 61st Street. It's on the All Black app. It's also on AMC.
so you use my sign in and everything.
Yes, cause I need to watch the Marriage Hip Hop because I ain't got no WeTV.
Okay. 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 I was just saying because I was debating if I should keep it or not, but
Not
I'm
people
I,
because they got some good stuff on there. Good, yes,
okay. Okay.
they got some good
Okay.
stuff on there.
Okay.
I was like,
Okay.
okay, All Black, y'all, okay, I'm
Okay.
with it. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
um, so yeah, 61st Street is really really good. Um,
Have you been watching the Proud Family reboot?
I saw the first 3 episodes when I got my hair done. I have not gone back to finish watching it. I feel like I'm hoping this Saturday. Nope, I won't have no time this Saturday. I'm gonna be in Vegas. I feel like maybe next week I'll have a little breathing room. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to. I don't have any rehearsals, so that's good. The only thing
Mm-hmm.
that I have is Monday. Well, tomorrow I got to do an interview,
Mm-hmm.
but the rest of the week I don't have anything to do except for go out of town.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Monday I have piano lessons, and then I get back into the routine of taking the child back and forth to football practice and all that good stuff. So,
Yeah.
other than that, no, I'm gonna enjoy my TV because that's what
It
I
is
did
a lot of things on. And
to
I'm like, I don't know what to watch. And I'm like, oh my gosh, because I'm trying not to consume all of my time watching TV. Like the
I don't
majority
have
time
time.
right, the majority time that I have to watch TV is while I'm at work.
See, I can't watch nothing at work, so I have to try to put it in the evening. So like tonight, I'm gonna miss All American. I did watch last week's episode or last week's episode of All American or All American Homecoming. So I'm gonna
Mhm.
watch those probably tonight, and I'm gonna try to catch. I'm gonna catch my sitcoms first because they're gonna be short and quick, and then I'm gonna watch All American, All American Homecoming until I get sleepy and go to sleep.
Mhm.
Um, and then they come on tonight, but I can't watch them until the day after. So
Okay.
so I try to pace myself. I have certain shows that I watch at certain times. If I have like Sunday, I'm gonna do something for my mom on Sunday. Uh
Mhm.
Other than that, we're gonna record, I think, depending on what you're doing on Sunday. If not, I'm gonna be in the bed for the rest of the day watching TV. That is my
Oh,
plan for
well,
my life.
yeah, I don't know if my sister has anything planned.
You let me know. Yeah.
She normally has something. We just had. I don't think she's going to do anything because we just had Easter dinner over her house.
Gotcha.
So I don't. I really doubt it, but you never know.
Never know.
You never know.
So we'll
But
see.
but yeah, okay. So I kept you on long enough.
Yes,
You
I
know.
I can go,
I,
and we made great time because we're almost like an hour and 15. So that's
yeah.
good. Almost an hour and 15. We're gonna be back next week with Bel Air. I can't wait to talk about the second half. So make sure y'all tune in. That's all.
That's all.
Bye.